Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Improve your upper body mobility with this gentle yoga stretch routine. Today we will focus on releasing tension and enhancing flexibility in the arms, shoulders, chest, and back. As a bonus, I'll include a few targeted hand stretches. So grab your mat, a blanket if you need, and let's get started. Okay, we're going to begin in child's pose, so knees apart, feet together, and then just walk your arms forward to where they're comfortable out in front of you on the mat. If you would like to bring your forehead to the mat, you can. If it doesn't quite go there, then please use a block under your forehead so you can really support the length of your neck. And then when you're in your child's pose, use your palms to gently press into the floor, pressing your hips back to your heels. And here we'll just take a few breaths in and out through the nose, feeling the belly expand between the thighs and contract with each breath, feeling the shoulders relax with each exhale. One more breath here. And then just notice too if there's any tension in your neck or your shoulders. So we can start to work on releasing that tension through our different postures. So here we're going to lift our head, look forward at your fingers, extend the arms so your elbows come off the floor, and then go ahead and cup your hands like you're going to tent fingers. And just really lengthen again through the spine. Draw the chest a little closer to the floor. And then from here, we're going to walk both hands to our right. So just reach them to where they feel comfortable, and then let your palms drift down towards the floor. Now we're going to do some movement here. So what I want you to do is keep your right palm on the floor. Lift the left arm up and see if you can open up your heart. Reach that left arm to the sky. Then take your left hand and come down and place it on your right hand. And melt your body again towards the floor. You're still reaching to the right. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. Lift and open up that arm. And then gently exhale. Bring the hand back down on top of the right hand. And we're going to do it 1 more time. Lift and open. And then gently reach it down. So not only are we stretching through the armpits and the shoulders, but also the rib cage all the way down into those hips. It's all connected. Now from here, we're going to release the left palm onto the floor. Go ahead and go to fingertips. And then bring the right hand to cup it, fingertips on the floor. Walking both hands through the center over to the left. So your hands might come off the mat. That's okay. Reach them over. Both palms flat on the floor. Draw your body towards the earth. And just notice the difference this time on the right side of the body, stretching out. And then the left palm is going to stay on the floor. And we're going to reach the right arm up. A little twist, a little opening of that heart. And then on your exhale, bring that right hand down. Place it on top of your left hand. Melt your body towards the floor. And then we're going to inhale, lift and open. And then we're going to exhale all the way back down. We have 1 more. Inhale, lift and open. And then exhale all the way back down. Hand on the right hand on the left. And just melt your body down and make adjustments to what feels good to you. And then you're going to release the right hand off of the left, both fingertips like tense, palms are off the floor. Walk your hands back to the center. Melt your palms towards the mat and see if you can melt your whole body a little deeper into your posture. Belly between the thighs, head to the floor. This time your forearms maybe come to the floor. So you're getting a good stretch in those hip flexors as well. One more breath. And then we're slowly going to transition out of our child's pose, coming to tabletop. So draw those hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Feel free to have a blanket, or if you have any kind of knee pad that you want to put under your knees, feel free to do that just to keep that comfort. So you're going to place the tops of your feet on the floor, spread out those fingers, and your index fingers are facing the front of the mat and your thumbs towards each other, and the wrists are right underneath the shoulders. We're going to do some cat-cows here. So you're going to round through the back, nice exhale, tuck the chin into the chest. And then inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone, arch the back, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. And one more time, exhale, round. And inhale, lift and open. And then hold a neutral spine. So now you're looking back at your thumbs on the floor, and you're lengthening through the spine and the neck. Now we're going to start with the hands. So you're going to lift up your right palm and just have the fingertips on the floor. You're going to press release into all four fingers. Press, release, press, release. And then we're going to press release all the way into the palm, back up into the fingers, so you're rolling the whole hand to the floor. Those fingers are nice and wide. One more. And then we'll do the left hand. So just the fingers up, a little press, release. And then we're going to go all the way into the hand. And one hand or finger, certain finger might feel a little tighter than the other. One more. Good. Now we're going to come back to the right hand. You're going to flip the fingertips over so they point towards your knees. So it's down. You're literally picking up the hand, flipping it upside down so the thumb is still facing the midline of the body. Place the back of your hand on the floor. You can wiggle your fingers, or you can even rotate your elbow if the elbow will rotate for you. So just a great stretch for the forearm right over the wrist, helping that connective tissue. Maybe you move your thumb or the fingers. Try everything. Now that hand, we're still on the right. You're going to turn the palm down, but you want to flip it all the way over so the thumb goes to the outside of the mat, and the fingers are still pointing towards your thigh. And here you can do a little bend and straighten of your elbow. So just stretching out those hands. Excellent. Now we're going to bring that right hand back to neutral. And we're going to do the other hand. So the left hand, you're going to flip it upside down. Fingertips face your knee. Back of the hand is on the floor. You can wiggle your fingers, your thumb. You can rotate your elbow. Just feel that nice stretch in the wrist area. Now from this position, we're going to flip it over, but just turn it so your thumb goes to the outside of the mat, palm comes down, fingers stay facing your thigh, and you can bend and straighten at the elbow now. So again, getting the upper body a little more mobile, we need to start with our fingers. Right, in the wrist, the forearms, and then bring the hand back to neutral. Now that our hands are nice and stretched out, we can spread out those fingers maybe a little wider. And then you're going to take your right hand and you're going to extend it to the front of your mat and the left toe to the back of your mat. And so just really tuck that toe under. So you're stretching out through not only the calf, but the bottom of the foot, all those toes. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. You're looking at your thumb on the floor. Push your right top of your foot into the mat and then lift your left leg off the floor. So you're really extending the arm and the leg to the front of the back of the mat, extended tabletop. Maybe lift the leg a little higher. Feel that extension all the way through the torso. And then we're going to bring the hands and the knees back to the floor. And then extend your left arm to the front. Take your right toes, spread them out at the back of your mat, and just press into the ball of the foot, stretching over the heel into the calf. And I know this is an upper body class, but the reason we're stretching through the bottoms of those feet is because we want to stretch out that fascia tissue, which helps the mobility not only of our feet, but our hips, which affects how far we reach. And then you're going to push into the top of your left foot as you lift the right leg off the floor. Really extend the arm and the leg to the front and back of the mat. Lift a little higher. So just remember, everything's connected. What you do with your feet can affect all the way to those fingertips. And then hand and knee to the floor. Now from here, you're going to thread the needle. So let's take that right arm. We're going to reach it up to the right side. Let's open the heart. And then you're going to slide the hand all the way under, palm side up, lowering to your right shoulder. Now, if it's hard to get your shoulder and your head on the floor, please use a block or blanket. And then that left hand, you're going to walk it up towards the front of your mat. Reach it as high as you can. So you're kind of stretching two areas here, the right shoulder that's on the floor. You're also stretching through the left armpit. Now, if you would like, you can even extend your left leg to the back of your mat. So get a little extra stretch in that whole shoulder area. Improving our mobility, our flexibility in the upper body. Upper body mobility, so important. Option to even take your left leg off the floor. And then bring your left foot to the floor. Staying on the right shoulder, another option is to take your left arm and wrap it over your back. Palm is up, and maybe hold onto your right thigh because you're wrapping it all the way around. You can even wiggle your fingers. And then we're going to release that right hand, bring it back to the floor. Use the hand for support as you come all the way up, coming back to tabletop. And just hang out here for a moment. Notice everything is getting realigned. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Let's do 2 cat-cows. Round through the back. Nice exhale. And then inhale, lift your head, lift your tailbone, arch your back. And then one more time. Pushing into the tops of the feet. And then inhale, lift and open. And then find your neutral spine. And now we're going to take that left arm. You're going to reach it up. Open up that heart. And then slide that arm underneath. Thread the needle. So left shoulder goes to the floor, the head. Option to use your block. And then walk your right hand towards the front of your mat. And start to just focus on your breath. Now I'm just going to give some options here. Maybe this is plenty for you. Maybe you want to take your right leg and extend it to the back of your mat. Pushing into the left top of your foot. Option to lift your leg off the floor, that right leg. Don't forget to tune back into your breath. I can rotate the ankle if you'd like. If your leg is up, maybe you bring it down. Another option is to bring your right hand behind your back and grab hold of your thigh. And don't forget to wiggle those left fingers. And then the arm, if you do have your arm behind the back, we're going to bring it back to the floor. Palm down, come all the way back to tabletop. And then align those fingertips so the index fingers face the front of the mat, thumbs towards each other, knees underneath the hips, and then cat-cow. So let's round to the back. Nice exhale. Inhale, lift and open that heart. Exhale, round. And inhale, lift and open. And then find that neutral spine. Now we're going to go a little deeper into those shoulders and armpits. So we're going to walk the hands out in front of us. Maybe even scoot your hips and knees back a bit. You're going to slowly draw your elbows towards the floor. So when we do this, our hips are up a little bit higher. And then just start to slide those hands forward. So we're working our way to puppy pose. All right, so just think of a puppy. When they're wagging their tail, they're so excited to play. Now you have a few options here. You are welcome to use a block. And you can use your forehead on the mat or on the block or even your chin if you have that mobility. And just tune into the breath here. And please make adjustments with your arms. If your arms are extending straight out from your shoulders and it causes any impingement, feel free to add a variation of bringing your arms wider. I don't want you to have any kind of pain or discomfort. I want you to feel a little challenged here, but never forcing the stretch. One more breath. And then from here, you're just going to slide your body forward so your shoulders come over your hips, and then walk your knees back and find yourself on your belly. So we're coming to Sphinx pose. And the elbows are under the shoulders, and then lengthen and open, pressing the palms and the forearms into the floor, lengthening through not only the back as you draw your arms into the mat like you're going to drag yourself forward, but think of the crown of the head reaching diagonally up so the neck gets really lengthened. And then we breathe here. So again, upper body mobility. When we open up through the chest this way, all the way down into the belly and the hips, we are still helping our upper body mobility because there's lots of connections. Even with our breath here, opening up that belly through the psoas, it's fascially connected to the diaphragm. That will help our breathing, and when our breathing is improved, we can get deeper breaths with our upper body mobility. We just are happier people because we're getting more oxygen to the brain. One more breath. Now, option to press those hands into the floor, lengthen and straighten the arms. Variation of cobra. Lengthening and lifting, and then slowly lowering those elbows back to the floor. And we're going to walk the elbows out to the side, and go ahead and stack your hands and place your forehead on your hands. And just check in with that low back. Make sure it feels okay. Maybe you rock your hips. One more breath here. And then we're going to bring the hands next to the chest or the rib cage. And so part of our upper body mobility is strength as well, but I want you to pull the elbows into the ribs. And then just look forward, and then see if you can bring your hands off the floor. And then bring your hands back to the floor. And use those, again, keeping those elbows in towards the rib cage and your shoulders away from the ears. Start to press your hands into the floor and slowly lift yourself all the way up. And let's take a child's pose, knees apart, feet together. Reach those arms out, tuck your chin so your forehead can come to the mat. Reach those arms. Now feel that stretch all the way through the armpits, through those lats. Another deep breath in and out. Just feel that stretch. So nice. And then from here, we're going to gently come up out of your child's pose and go ahead and just have a seat on the mat. And you're going to find your easy seat, your Sukhasana. You're welcome to sit on a blanket. If you want to sit on a block, you can. There might be times where you would not want to be on the block, but you make adjustments. Again, if your hips are really tight in your back and you want to sit on that block, feel free to start there. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, either foot in front. It doesn't matter. Again, I want your hips to be comfortable. And we're going to inhale both arms up to the sky, and then exhale the right hand to the floor and reach your left arm overhead. keeping both sits bones down. Let's relax both shoulders. Take another breath in. And then on your exhale, come all the way, windmill to the other side. Reaching your right arm over, relax that left shoulder. And just feel that nice stretch. Now we're going to windmill it again to the right, all the way over. Maybe your elbow comes to the floor. Keeping that heart open. Think about extending that left arm a little further. And then slowly let's windmill it all the way to the left. Reaching that right arm overhead. Now we're slowly going to come up and we're going to twist to the right. Use your left hand on your right thigh. Right arm behind you as a kickstand. Lift and twist. Now look behind you as far as you can. And then pull your left elbow towards your belly. Get a little extra stretch through the shoulder girdle. Now very gently release those legs. Start to twist to the left. Use your right hand on your left thigh. Left arm behind you. Lengthen and lift through the spine. And then twist to the left. And then pull your right elbow towards your belly. Get a little extra stretch. And then gently release, coming all the way back to center, nice and tall. We're going to let both arms drift out to the side. You're going to take your right arm, you're going to bring it across the body, and then you're going to take your left arm right on top. So your arms crisscross at the elbows, and then you're going to bend your arms and find your eagle arms. Now, if this is very challenging and your arms won't even get close together, a variation is to place your hands on the shoulders and just stack your elbows. So your left elbow is still on top of your right elbow. So you have options here. Now, whichever, whether your hands are on your shoulders or together, you're going to gently twist to your right. And you can look to the right as well. Take a deep breath in. You'll feel a little stretch in that left shoulder. And then exhale, come back to center. And slowly unwind the arms or unstack them from the shoulder. Reach them out to the side. Now here we're going to take the left arm across and the right arm is going on top. So stacking it through the shoulders, bend the elbows. Again, finding your eagle arms or place your hands on the shoulders and stack the elbows. So those are your two options there. Now we're going to start to twist to the left and go ahead and look to the left as well. Tune into your breath. And then slowly coming back to center and unwind those arms. Reach them all the way out and then slowly drift the hands towards the floor. Feel that whoosh, that sensation of fascia hydrating through the tissue. That's what we want. Now from here, we're going to go take the right arm. We're going to go into the hands, reach the right arm straight in front of you like you're saying stop. Take your left hand, place it across your right fingers and gently pull back. And then we're going to rotate that right thumb. Just move the thumb. So we did some of these stretches on the floor and we're just going to get little extra here. So you're wriggling. Now you're going to take that same hand. I want you to push your fingers towards the floor, bending at the wrist, and place your left hand on the back of your hand, your left fingers, and press into it. All right? So you're pushing in. Fingers towards the floor, wiggle those fingers. And then take your hand, and you're going to come up, straight up like this. Hold on to the wrist, so your thumb is basically in alignment with your nose. And then you're going to go forward and back. So you're doing a gentle squeeze of the wrist. And then forward and back like you're waving or pushing something away. Both ways. So we're just releasing any tension in that wrist. Now we're going to do the other hand. So take your left hand, reach it forward. Fingertips across your left right hand across your left fingers, pulling back gently, and then moving that thumb. So just even basics like gripping a jar, using the mouse on the computer. We want to make sure we keep the mobility of our fingers up and the strength. So then you're going to take that same hand down, hold the back of the hand, press into it. So you're really stretching through that forearm. See, all the way up. Wiggle those fingers, relax your shoulder, that left shoulder. And from here, you're going to bring the hand up. The thumb is facing your nose. Take your right hand, wrap it around your left wrist, and give it a squeeze and push your hand forward and back. You might find some tender spots there. So you might have to massage them out with your hand and forward and back. Especially if you've been working on anything manually. Nice, and then we're going to release. Now we're going to move on up the arm. So you're going to take both hands, reach them out to the side, inhale all the way up. Take your right hand and reach it for your spine. Now notice what happens with the neck and the head. We start to fall forward with the head. Pull the head back into alignment. Then you're going to take your opposite hand. You're going to either place it on the tricep right below the elbow and give it a press, lifting it up. You can even hold on to the tricep, or you can even bring that arm over your head, holding on to the elbow. So a couple options here, but again, not letting that head fall forward. Push your head back into that right hand as it's reaching for your spine. So you're just lengthening and lifting through the tricep and that armpit. Now we're going to side bend to your left. And breathe. One more breath. And then you're coming back to center. Now extend both arms all the way up. Now that left arm is going to reach for your spine again. Head tends to come forward, so we want to keep that head in alignment. And you can press into the tricep, or you can hold on to the elbow overhead. And then we're going to gently lean to the right, stretching it out. And again, make adjustments for what feels good to you. If you have a shoulder impingement, a rotator cuff issue, and maybe your elbow doesn't go up this high, that's okay. And then slowly release all the way down. And just feel that sensation through the shoulders as everything releases. Now from here, we stretched a lot of this area. We're going to move towards the front of the chest and to the neck area. So you're going to take your right hand out to the side, turn your palm to the back wall and thumb down or behind you, and then bend your right elbow and bring your right hand behind your back. And again, making adjustments. If this does not feel comfortable for your shoulder, just place your right hand behind you, the palm on the floor. That works just as well. Left arm can be hanging out, or you can even hold on to your left bicep if, again, that's in your practice. And then lengthen. Pull that chin into alignment, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And we're going to draw the left ear to the left shoulder. So you're drawing your head away from that arm that's bent. Now here we're just going to hold and pause and find your breath. Feel the lengthening through the right side of the neck. Now maybe tilt your chin up slightly. Notice the difference. You might feel it down here, the sternocleidomastoid, so basically from the back of the ear all the way down towards your clavicle. You can get very tight. Now from this position, take your chin and start to draw it down towards the left side of your chest or your left shoulder. Tilt that chin. So now that changes the stretch on the right side of the neck, more maybe to the back side, the back right side of the chest. From here, we're slowly going to let the head come back to neutral. I found that I was leaning into it because my neck's a little tight today. So you might have found yourself also leaning into it. Slowly release that right arm and just bring both hands to the thighs and just sit nice and tall. And just, you might notice some sensations going on in that shoulder as you brought it back into the neutral position. So we're going to do the other side now. So reach your left arm out, thumb is down, and then bend your elbow. Slide your left hand behind your back. And again, option to just leave the hand on the floor, out to the side or behind you. And then draw your, and you can also hold on to the elbow or the arm of your right side, or just let it hang out. Then from here, again, draw the chin into alignment. So we always want to make sure we have that alignment. You might feel an expansion through the rib cage, and then draw your right ear towards the right shoulder. And just notice what you're feeling on the left side. And then if you want, you can even close your eyes and just feel that nice stretch. Never forcing it. And again, working on our upper body mobility. So that includes our neck as well. And now maybe lift the chin slightly. Notice the change. Again, we're back to that sternocleidomastoid, one of the longest muscles of the neck. Attaching, you might feel it behind the ear, running all the way down towards the chest wall. And just tune into the breath. And now that chin is going to start to come down. Rotate the head so you're looking down at your right shoulder or the right side of the chest wall. And tune into your breath. And then from here, let your head come back to neutral and slowly release your left arm and bring both hands on, palms down on your thighs. And realign that spine. Sit up nice and tall. Let's see if we can get some movement through those shoulders. So bring your palms up in the center, like you're holding a platter. And then direct your elbows or stay bent and soft. You're going to direct your thumbs out to the sides, just to wherever it feels comfortable. Now turn your palms down and bring the arms back in together. Flip the palms up and glide back out. So we're just doing a very gentle nerve glide, flossing through the shoulders, opening and closing. So both palms come in and down, palms up and open. Now if you start to open up and you feel any impingement or tension, that's your body saying don't go any further. So please listen to that. And each time we do this, it might go a little further. One arm might go way further than the other, and that's okay. Just listen to the body. A few more times. Palms up, rotate out. Palms down, rotate in. We have 2 more to go. Open, and palms in, and open. And then bring the hands back down to center. Moving on, let's bring both hands behind the back. You're going to interlace the fingers, press those palms together, and gently open up the chest. Maybe feel the arms pulling away from the back. And breathe. Notice if you're leaning forward. One more breath. And then slowly release those hands. Bring them back onto the thighs. Now, whatever leg you have in front, we're going to switch it. Just switch it. It might feel awkward. It might feel a little weird. That's okay. And again, you can still be sitting on a block. Maybe you decide to now. That's fine. We have a couple more to go seated. So what we're going to do now is you're just going to take your left hand. You're going to make a fist and place your right hand on top. And you're going to place your left hand right in the middle of your sternum on the chest. And then place your right hand on top. And then just gently pull the skin on your chest wall down towards the earth. You're not pressing in, you're pressing down. Bring your teeth together and then start to lift your chin gently towards the sky. So you're going to feel this stretch down the front of the neck. Never force it. If you have a t-shirt on or a shirt that's covering your chest skin, you might want to move it down or make adjustments so you can get your palm onto or your knuckles onto your chest wall. And then bring the chin down to neutral. Hopefully you've probably felt that stretch all through the front of the neck as well. So we're just getting all that from the sides to the back to the front area. It's all connected. So from here, we're going to take the right arm up, elbow bent, and then the left arm for cactus arms. And just open up that chest. Notice where the head is. Does the chin go forward? Pull that chin back into alignment. And look to the sides and make sure elbows are shoulder level if it's comfortable for you. If you pull them up and you have impingement, then of course you can leave them lower. And then twist to your right. And just notice that right shoulder blade. One more breath. And then we're going to gently rotate and twist to the other side. Notice that left shoulder blade. One more breath. And then on the exhale, come center. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up to the sky. Maybe you can interlace the fingers. If not, don't worry about it. And then side bend to your right. Feeling that stretch up the left side of the shoulder. Again, it might feel awkward because we have the other foot in front. And then slowly inhale, come up and go to the other side. Slowly coming up. Release the fingers, open the palms to the front, bend the elbows, find those cactus arms. And this time, side lean to the right. Pull that right elbow towards the floor, but not quite all the way there. And then transition to the left. Open up. And if we tend to go sideways and that top arm comes forward, open it up. Stack those shoulders. And then coming back to center and release those hands. And just notice the difference. Now we're going to bring both feet up flat on the floor. Knees are bent. We're going to bring the hands behind the back and we're going to spread out those fingertips. Now your fingers can be facing your body. If this bothers your shoulders and you need your hands to be backwards, that's fine as well. Listen to your body. So a few variation options here. First one, just pressing into the feet and opening up that heart space. Try not to let your neck fall back, or your head fall backwards, because we want to keep the neck lengthened. So you're looking diagonally up in front of you. And find that breath. Feel the fingers spreading out, pressing not only into your palms, but your knuckles, your fingertips. Option for a reverse table. So you're pressing into the feet, starting to lift those hips all the way up, and this is where you would start to look up at the ceiling, right up above you. Notice the knees, if they're falling open, keep them in alignment. Notice that stretch of the arms and the shoulders, maybe down into the wrists. One more breath, and then slowly lowering those hips all the way back to the floor. And then draw both hands under the knees, walk your feet slightly forward. So your hands come underneath your knees, your feet are still flat, and now you can interlace the fingers or make two fists, whatever feels good to you, and then start to lengthen through the spine. So as you're lifting, maybe walk your feet forward more so your legs are pushing down on your arms, so you're feeling that stretch all through the neck. Really nice and long. Inhale and exhale. Now from here, turn your head and look to the right. And again, not forcing it, just feel that stretch. And then on your next inhale, transition your head and look to the left. And then slowly bring your head back to neutral and let go of those fingertips. Bring them out to the side. Scoot your body a little forward on your mat so you have room to lay on your back, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your back. And you can walk your feet in so they're about hip distance apart. And then from here, find your comfy place on your back, pushing your belly into your spine into the mat. Now from here, take your right and left arm, and let's find our cactus arms. So the back of your hands are on the floor. Your elbows are bent about shoulder distance height. And just breathe here. And just notice, how does it feel in the chest wall? Do your hands comfortably rest on the floor? Do they not quite go to the floor? That's okay too. Walk your feet so they're about 1 to 2 inches apart. So to do that, you would touch your toes and then maybe do one little heel toe out wide. And now you're going to take both legs and we're going to drop both knees to your right and look to your left. And we're just enjoying this nice twist here. Both shoulders stay on the floor. And just continue to breathe in and out through the nose. After the next breath, you'll bring your head to neutral and start to draw your knees gently up and let them continue on to the left and turn your head to the right. And just remember, the body has all that connective tissue from the feet all the way up to the head, to the fingertips. So as you're breathing, think about expanding through the belly, the diaphragm. It's all connected. On your next inhale, bring your head to neutral and both knees back to center. And then you're going to hug your knees into your chest, maybe hold the wrist, forearms, or elbows. You can even bring your nose to your knees. And just find that nice tight hug. You can even then let your head go to the floor, little rock side to side. Now you're going to stay right here, and you're going to hold on to the right knee and extend the left leg all the way to the front of your mat. Flex both feet, so both heels are pressing forward. Feel that stretch in that left hip flexor. Take a deep breath in. And as you let it out, feel those shoulders relaxing. You're walking away from the ears. Let go of any shoulder tension. Now you're going to bring that left knee into the chest, and we're going to release the right leg all the way to the front of the mat. Flex the feet. Just find your breath. Now let's bring that right knee in, give it one little squeeze, both legs. Now let both feet go flat on the floor, feet about hip distance apart, toes facing the front. Reach your fingertips towards your heels. Now you're going to press your feet into the floor as you lift to a bridge. So really lengthening through the spine. Feel that nice stretch. And then slowly lower your hips all the way down. Now bring your arms back to cactus arms. Notice the difference. Now we're going to press into the feet again, and you're going to lift your hips again to a bridge. Keep the knees in alignment. One more breath. And then slowly lower your hips all the way back down. Now you're going to hug your right knee into the chest just with the right arm. Just give it a squeeze. You're going to take your left arm and reach it over your head. Let it rest the back of your hand on the floor. Straighten out your left leg to the front and point your toe. And just take a breath in, one side, full body stretch. Flex the ankle, pull the toes up now. And then slowly bring that left knee into the chest. Hold on to it with your left arm. As we switch legs, extend the right leg to the front of the mat. Right arm overhead, the back of your hand on the floor. Point your right toe, full right body side stretch. Flex your right ankle, heel pushes forward, toes up. And then slowly bring both knees back into the chest. Give them a squeeze, knees touch. And then open them wide to the armpits. And then back in. And then slowly both feet back on the floor. Walk your heels towards your hips and reach your fingertips towards your ankles or your heels. Let's find then, once everything's in alignment, we're going to go back to cactus arms. Bend the elbows, backs of the hands on the floor. Gently press up to a bridge. And then all the way back down. And then gently straighten out your left leg, then your right. And let your legs fall open. Bring your arms down next to your body. Let them come out about 45 degrees. Let your palms rotate up, backs of your hands on the floor. And then just close your eyes here. Finding your Shavasana. Walk your shoulders away from your ears. Tune into your breath as it comes in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And then just breathe in and out through your nose. Feel a calmness washing over your body. Notice the energy and the relaxation. Notice if there's any tingling anywhere in the body, anything that you want to just let go of with your breath. And then one more full breath. Option to reach your arms overhead, full body stretch, point those toes, or flex, and then bend the knees. And you can turn on to either side and give your knees a squeeze. And gently pressing yourself up to easy seat. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana if you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to come up to our Sukhasana, easy seat, lengthening through the spine, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, palms on the thighs. Lengthen through that spine. Reach the arms out to the side. Take a deep breath. Fingertips come up, touch the fingers, exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.